Hey guys, Jonathan here again. I am back and hopefully on track for my 30-day challenge. Let's put this away because drinking hot tea while filming a video is probably not the best idea. So I am back today with another topic. Now this topic is a very interesting one. The last year of my life has been something super, super, super different compared to what my norm was. I moved up here from Miami. I'm a normal person in Miami. Never really had any crazy issues or things. However, moving up here, I would say I've had the opportunity to experience things that most people haven't. The reason that I think that it is a good thing, it's because it's changed me and made me grow as a person. One of them is bullying and being harassed at work. Now, I'm a Miami guy. I'm a minority. But realistically, Miami is full of minorities, so we don't discriminate against each other. I have never been discriminated in Miami for my sexual orientation. I have never been discriminated in Miami for my national origin. I have never been discriminated in Miami for anything. I have been so fortunate to grow up in a community that loves me for who I am and loves everything that I do and never, ever, ever had an issue with it. Lo and behold, I don't know, is that how you say it? Lo and behold. Well, whatever. It sounds good. Lo and behold. I arrived in Maryland, one of the original slaveholding states, and apparently people have not gotten their minds out of the mindset of slavery and oppression and racism. I have been working for a company for a few months. It's going to be a year in April, and I am terrified of leaving because I live by myself. I don't have anyone to help me with rent or car payments or anything like that. But I'm terrified of getting fired. I am terrified of getting retaliated. I spoke to an attorney who says that I have a great case. I am owed not only overtime, but I probably can sue them for discrimination based on my national origin, and so on and so forth. Just tons and tons of things that have happened. I have been yelled at, screamed at, belittled, harassed, and I'm not the only one. There's others in the company that have gone through the same thing with the same specific people. So this brings it back to bullying. I am being bullied at work. Now, if this was in Miami, girl, I'd have been like, foo, 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 foo. Fuck you, bitches. I would have gone in there, cut a bitch. Like, I would have made tremendo show, called el noticiero 21, 22, 23, 24, hasta 29. I would have called everybody and their mothers, and it would have been a fucking shit show. However, I can't do that here. Because if I quit my job, then I'm fucked. I don't have a job, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay my car, so I'm going to be, homeless again? And we already know, previous video, homelessness is not something that I necessarily want to fall back into. But working for an employer that harasses me, an employer that makes me work crazy amount of hours, and then punishes me for it. So, for example, I'm not going to disclose who they are because it's petty and I don't think it's necessary. I worked really, really, really hard to retain a client. And I've been working extremely hard to retain that client. And once the client was retained and money started coming in, they kind of took it away from me and was like, okay, well, you're still going to teach it, but now you're not involved in any of the things that I was involved in, which is what made it work. So it's funny how once you fix something, they take it away. They've made all our coworkers take mandatory discrimination training. They're trying to do, I guess, their best that they can. But my direct supervisor told me, well, you're just going to have to deal with it. You're just going to have to learn to understand that that's how they are. So I'm like, okay, so you're telling me, and that's honestly the day that I said I'm not working for this company for very much longer. Because as long as they were trying, I was okay with it. Until the day that they told me you're just going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to understand that that's how they are. That's their personality. Okay, well, I have a personality too, and it's a no fucks given personality. So you know what? I could have done a lot of fucked up shit, but I haven't because that's my personality, so you just have to deal with it. Like, what the fuck? It didn't make any sense to me. That is a moment that I said to myself, Jonathan, you're not in the right place. You need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm working on it. I'm making moves. I'm getting the fuck out of there. I gave a 2 weeks notice prior, and they begged me to start. Like, please stay, please stay. One of the management was like, well, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to give you a raise. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. Well, let me tell you, the raise, yeah, it came through. It's not a substantial raise, but it was a raise. Considering my background and how much work I put into it. That was still going to give me a bonus. Well, this bonus has been the biggest headache of my my whole life. I don't even want to talk about that. It's a whole different thing. Bullying and harassment at work is a real thing, guys. You do not have to deal with it. There are resources, and all the resources are terrible. I sought advice from an attorney. I went to the Montgomery County help center, basically, like for harassment and discrimination. I contacted the EEOC. I've contacted every department that you could possibly think about. And they've all told me, no, you're definitely being discriminated. No, you're definitely being harassed. To file a claim. You need to file a claim. They probably owe you for overtime. File a claim. But filing a claim means I'm going to get fired. And they're like, well, no. They can't fire you because that's retaliation. I'm like, I work with a whole of 15 people. Just working in that environment is retaliation on its own, working with that negativity. And honestly, the reason I haven't done it was because I love my CEO. I love my supervisors. My direct supervisors, they're good people. I feel they're good-hearted people. And I hate to do something that hurts them. They are business people. She has kids. She works so hard. She's one of us. She goes in there. She's super humble. So I hate to hurt her. I don't even care about everyone else. I really care about hurting the CEO of our company. I hate to think that, she would get hurt. Now, I do think about it this way. If it was the other way around and they had to protect themselves against me, I don't think that they're going to give 3 flying fucks about me. But I'm stupid. I'm the type of emotional person that's like, whatever, you know what? Like, I'm not going to do that. Bullying and harassment is real, and it has to stop, guys. It has to stop. It continues way further than high school. It continues way further than elementary school. It continues way further. It follows you into adulthood. And usually when it follows you into adulthood, we just say, well, that person's just an asshole. No, that person is a bully. That person is abusive to you. That person makes you feel inadequate. That person sends nasty emails. And you know what? I have dealt with it. I'm dealing with it currently. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. If I have to move back to Miami, I will move back to Miami. Because dealing with the bullying and the harassment is not worth it. Now, I do have a good opportunity, hopefully coming, and please, guys, your prayers, hopefully coming down the pipeline. But I can't afford to live, to have a missed paycheck, basically. So I can't give myself that, like, I quit. Because I can't have a lapse in paychecks, unfortunately. So I have to suck it up and just deal with it. Things that have happened at the office, from people basically forcing me to forcing themselves to ask me, forcing me to answer questions like, are you gay? Asking me about my preferences. That wasn't the bad part, because if you say, hey, I was just curious, are you gay? I won't take it as offensive. But after she asked me, she went and told the entire office that she had asked me and what my response was. I have had people, she was like, the reason that they're hiring Hispanics is because you guys work like dogs. You guys are like really hard workers. So I have had that. This one person makes gay and racial slurs about lesbians and gays and all that stuff. I've had people say that my language, which is Spanish, is not important and is not a priority for the company, and no one really cares about it. I had one lady tell me that that if her sons were in the bathroom with a gay or transgender person, that they should get arrested. I think that was way before they found out that I was actually gay. I can't tell you all of the things that have happened. Bullying on a cyber note, emails like back and forth, like, you need to do this and you need to do that, and you didn't do this right, or and it's not like, okay, this is your job, and it's like, because sometimes like being an asshole and being a bully gets mixed. There's some things that your employer or your supervisor can say and do that you might not like, and that's okay. That's not illegal. But there are certain things that are illegal, and when it's a mix of everything, it becomes illegal, and it becomes where now you are in a hostile environment. There's no reason why someone should scream at me, which I've gotten screamed at several times, not even by my direct supervisor, by someone that I work with. And when I mean yell, I don't mean like, Jonathan, like you need to, no, like, wah, like yelling, like, where I literally was so flustered. This one, I cried. I was like literally freaking out because I cried like in front of everyone. And that's when they were like, okay, well, we need to do something. Because it was so scary for me. And my reaction to someone screaming at me is, I'm going to punch you in the face, yo. I'm so happy he wasn't in the office. I am so happy he was on the phone. He was working off site. Because God knows I would have needed a bail bondsman. I would have punched that old ass fucking faggot in the fucking face. And honestly, that is the way they make me feel. They make me be so aggressive inside. And I don't show it outward because I really am not an aggressive person. Everyone who knows me, out of all my friends, I'm the only one that doesn't fight. I got in a fight once in elementary school with a little fat kid. And I pushed him against the wall. No, I lie. You know what? I also got in a good fight in middle school. But I threw this kid like against computers because he was bullying me. And guess what? No one ever bullied me anymore. But at work, I'm sorry. I can't just go and punch some asshole. Especially like 70 years old. I don't even fucking know. But you know what? He's privileged. And he thinks he's better than me. Because I'm brown. And he's not. But I'm young. And he's going to die soon. So I don't give a fuck. He's really not 70. He's like in his 50s or something like that. But he's a total fucking asshole. He must be in his 60s. I don't even know how old he is. But the fact is that we have a husband and wife working in the same company, managing one department, and they are terrified of anyone else coming in and stealing it from under them. I don't know why. But the point is, these people target you on an emotional and physical level. They will choose to make me work in areas that are worse than others. They will make me work bad shifts or bad areas or bad locations or on bad days because they want me to, because they can put me there, because they can do that. They like to suck me out of maybe one really good opportunity work-wise and put me into something really crappy. And the reason that they do that is because they want me to not be, basically they just want me to struggle. They'll put me in locations that have terrible parking or that I have to walk long distances. And they don't do it specifically to other people. And I've counted, how many people have taught in one location that is terrible, and they always choose to put me, especially even if I tell them, like, oh, it was bad, like, I didn't really enjoy it, like, it was really hard on me. I have back issues, I really do. Like, I have, I have shoulder pain, like, bursitis on both of my shoulders. I have lower spine issues. I have plantar fasciitis. I'm working on my weight right now, but at the end of the day, these are pre-existing conditions that I have that do limit my mobility to some extent. So to stick me in the middle of Washington, D.C., carrying all of these damn CPR bags is a little bit abusive, especially if it's not fair and you don't make other people go through it. So keep your heads up high. If you're in my situation and you're in one of those like, oh, well, you know what, you have to work here because you have no other damn choice but to do it, then do it and find a way out. The point is, stick to it, start using your resources, start applying at different places, and leave and get out. Take, my personal opinion, I'm not an attorney, but my personal opinion is, and my attorney did tell me this, he goes, I wouldn't file a claim until after you leave. He's like, although retaliation is illegal, it will still happen. So he's like, there's there's a 90% chance that they're going to retaliate against you. He's like, which makes it worse for them legally, but at the end of the day, it's going to suck for you, and it's not going to help you any, and a retaliation case can take years to solve. And there isn't always a financial gain from it. I don't want a financial gain. If I were to make money off of something, I guess we all see it that way. If I were to make money off of something that, okay, well, it was good. My point is not, I don't want the money. My point is I want them to change. I want them to be exposed, and I want to move on to a better and bigger job where they respect me and where I'm never going to go through that again. That is my goal. If you're being bullied, if you're being harassed, if you are being, if you're working in a hostile environment, find a way out of it. Talk to someone. Go to an attorney. Don't let an attorney push you into doing something you don't want to do. But get informed. Check your rights. See what's going on. And honestly, get out of the environment that you're in. Don't say it's going to change. They're going to change. I really love this company. I understand you may love the company. I love what I do, and I actually love the company I work for when I first started. But I can't work for them. There is no future for me there because it's not going to change. And changing is easier when I just move versus changing three people that are set in stone there that are probably not going to leave, because what they do is they basically push everyone away. And then they say, well, you see, that's why we're the best. That's why we're here, because we've stayed all this time and we're loyal to you. No, it's not that I'm not loyal to you. It's just that I can't work in that environment. So I'm going to find something better because I'm better than those three people that have no other choice but to work there. I have choices. They don't. They work there. They're stuck there. They're pieces of shit, to be honest with you. But they've proved to the owners that they've been there long enough. And the reason they've been there long enough is because no one else wants to fucking hire them. We're talking about a fucking glorified nanny and some asshole guy that, managed some kind of print shop, and some lady that was an assistant somewhere. So when you come with some crap like that to work in this environment where now you have a little bit of power, they're not going to give it up. And honestly, I don't need their power. And that's what they don't understand, that I'm not there for their power. In fact, they're kind of, to me, they're inferior and losers. And I've never seen myself that way. But my direct supervisor, one of the owners of the company, said, you have to see yourself that way. He's like, you have to realize that you do have to pull that card on them. And I didn't, because I've never seen myself that way. But at the end of the day, now I do see it. And that's why I'm going somewhere else and not staying there, unfortunately. So hopefully this will be the end of it. But I know that's going to be a huge, what's the word I'm looking for? Journey. It's going to be a journey out of this place. I'm still currently working for them. I still don't have a specific time frame out. I'm thinking maybe February or March. And my birthday's March 10th. And girl, guy, I don't even pray that much, but I do pray to God that I can have a new job before March 10th, before my birthday. I just want to get the hell out of there. So God willingly, someone hire me. Get me out of that hellhole. And that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. Subscribe. Let's chat on the comments below if you're going through this, what's going on. If you've survived this, I don't think, and it's sad that the first thing that came to my mind was if you survived it. Hopefully people aren't hurting themselves because of situations like this. Although I will say, I have been extremely depressed. And when I say depressed, I legitimately mean depressed. I didn't even go to work today. I stayed home. Got in trouble for it, but I'm depressed. I don't want to go in there. I feel so terrible. And when I go in there, I get physically ill. It's really bad. So when I say depressed, I mean I've legitimately been depressed. It doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it's pretty bad. So, are there resources out there that maybe I haven't mentioned that I don't know? But that's what's going on at work. I don't know if this... Okay, I know what's going on. This is some chamomile tea, and it's making me feel a little... Girl, if I would have known that this shit made you feel this good, I've been drinking this rose water chamomile shit long damn time ago. I feel drunk. Oh my God. I'm going to stop this video right now before I start doing God knows what. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. This is an 18-minute video. No one's going to watch this.